What's up? What's going on, everybody? No music today, just didn't feel like it. Didn't want to get it all set up, blah, blah, blah. But we did sell some things, so let's take a look at those right off the top. Postcards and ephemeras. Here we have a view of Moosehead Lake from the outlet. This is Moosehead Lake, Maine. Divided back. Unposted, $3.75. George Taylor Building, Easton, Pennsylvania. I actually sold a George Taylor Building in Easton, Pennsylvania recently. It was an older version of the same card for $5.95. Since this was not quite as old and a little more common, put it at $4.95 and it sold. Angel's Flight, Street View, Los Angeles, California. I've sold many of the Angel's Flight. This one's an undivided back and it sold for $5. Loop at 17 Mile Drive, Monterey, California. $2.80 divided back. Ed Mitchell. Sardi's Restaurant Dining Room, New York City. Chrome postcard, $2.80. A lot of low dollar ones today. Not a postcard, Simplicity Pattern. Been in the store forever. One of the first bulk buys I did when I started my store was a bunch of sewing patterns. This was in there. I think I paid 10 or 15 cents a pattern, and this sold for $4.21, but it took 3 years. Real photo postcard, looking south from Blue Mountain, Deer Park, Washington. Ellis, we've talked about him before, came out of the dreaded K box. Actually didn't spend a whole lot of time searching through the K box today, despite the fact that there was a bunch of K postcards that sold. Salt Palace, Front View, Salt Lake City, Utah, $2.80, unposted. Eli's Harbor, Somerset, Bermuda, also from the dread K box, K7. Actually was in K5. Such a mess in that one. Oh no, another K. This was actually in K1, not in K3. German soldier, military, romance. Look at all that. They had a lot to say. 715, same customer bought this one out of box L1. It was the same box, or in the same thing it was supposed to be in. 715 for that one. Gathering Tea Leaves in Japan, undivided back, $2.95. Bird's Eye View of Johnsbury, Vermont from Waterford Hills, $2.80. Like I said, a lot of low dollar, but they add up. Brighton West Pier showing the Brighton Queen Ferry. It's the UK, sold for $7.15. Last but not least, the mini golf sign at South of the Border Restaurant, Dillon, South Carolina, $4.46. Been in the store quite some time too. So there you have it. Postcards that sold it. All right. Looks like we had a late arrival come in too. We're going to get crazy with the cheese whiz and just print all of our labels at once. 5 people out there. It's quiet. Those big ass chromes are called continentals, by the way. Ooh, that sucks. Ugh. Well, glad for you that it is a milder case this time around. and BOLOS. All right. Postcards. Easy shipping day today, which is nice. I started getting some non-postcard listings drafted, listed a few DVDs, low-hanging fruit yesterday. Just starting to get back into the hard goods / postcard, not non-postcard listings. It's been good. But I've been doing like nothing but postcards for 6 weeks, so it's a little slow getting back on the other stuff. I picked up a bunch of records from my mail lady, and so far there was a bunch of 45s. There was probably a good half dozen or so, like $20 45s, some Northern Soul and R&B, some decent stuff. I was actually surprised. All right, sold 2 sets of Mahjong tiles. Been selling these forever. $12 a pair on these. They bought the 5 bamboo and the 5 of dots. Air jacket. I like shipping days like this where it's easy and cheap. I already showed you all the sewing pattern. About to have a huge influx of record sleeves, so I don't really have to be conservative in the least with my usage of them. All right, I'll put this up on screen. It's already kind of wrapped. It's pretty cool. This is a Murano controlled bubble paperweight. Citrine color. Really pretty cool. Somebody made an offer, I think, for 18. I countered at 21, and they took it. And I think this sold via offsite ads. Uh-oh. Am I out of the box I want? Be right back. When eBay first switched, they used to have the regular 644 boxes. And then they switched to these like 6 by 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I did not like it at the time, especially since they didn't change the SKU. They just ship you a different size. But I have found that these are actually pretty handy. I've sold these things a few times. It's a Wilton daily bread tray. They're not worth buying, but if you end up with one, it's worth listing because it's pretty easy, $5 or $6, which is what this sold for. I think I'm just going to get it into a flat rate envelope. Like if you see one of these things at a garage sale for like 25 cents, pick it up, list it for $5 or $6. It will sell. Not one of those things where you're going to make a bunch of money off of it. But in terms of like ease of ship, ease of list, pretty easy. We're going into legal. I am making a few bucks off the shipping here, so. Set Paisley down. So today's thumbnail. I was trying to find some decent reseller content to watch and enjoy while I was working. And I'm going to be honest, man, I watched Shed Flips. It was always great. Love Shed Flips. Commonwealth Picker is always pretty good, but man, I made it like 3 minutes into the Jackass podcast. And I'm like, my God, this is the worst. Not gonna like just call out a whole bunch of crappy channels, but there's not really any good, I think, really good reselling podcast content, for sure. Most of the podcasts are exhausting. And the signal to noise ratio currently of just general produced reselling content, I can't even. It is exhausting. You know, the podcast is, you know, I've started just about every episode of that podcast. I have never finished one. I don't understand how anyone can make it through 2 hours of that. I do enjoy Commonwealth Picker's channel. Sold the CD Ocean Dreams. Who is this by? Dean Evanson. I assume new wave or new age something something, sold for $4.95. And honestly, like, really good, like, educational, informational channels. When I was starting out, I learned a lot from a lot of these channels, and I feel like a lot of that has gone away and has been replaced by sort of controversy of the week, tinfoil hat, blah, 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 like algorithm talk. And I think maybe part of it too is that, you know, I feel like there's probably been a decrease in popularity on the, like, you know, garage sale footage, thrift store footage. Like, I think that maybe the interest in that stuff has decreased due a bit to the fact that, you know, pandemic ended and now people can get back out and do it themselves. That's purely speculation. But I think probably 8 out of 10 of the videos that I watched, the whatever statement the creator wanted to make was made within the first minute and a half, and then the rest was just like repeating themselves in different words, saying the same thing over and over, not really introducing any new information or new perspective into the conversation. That's disappointing. There really was there, and yeah, a lot of clickbait for views. I agree. Like, even what sold videos are, you know, honestly, I've made fun of a particular channel in the past, and I actually ended up on this channel yesterday, and it was like, okay, well, this is actually some good information, and it was Bolo Buddies, and it was one of their videos where they basically she takes the viewers, you know, big money sales, big money bolos, and, you know, compiles them, and that's what the video is. And that I'm like, oh, hey, this is actually new information compiled from a lot of different perspectives and experiences, and that's something a little bit different. But I sort of feel like the days of the, like, formulaic you know, yard sale, thrift store, estate sale, interspersed with you know, the occasional what sold video, or, I mean, has jumped the shark. There are so many channels who are doing the exact same content, just different people doing it. The other thing I don't understand is why are people like just throwing money at some of these channels? It is crazy to me how much, like, how many people are in these people's Patreons. Like, it can't be because of the information they're getting. It has to be that they find the entertainment valuable in some way. And I mean, like they say, you'll never lose $1 appealing to the lowest common denominator. This record, by the way, was Esquivel and his orchestra, who is I love Esquivel. If you're not familiar with Esquivel, come on, computer. Probably my favorite piece of his. So Esquivel, I would definitely say, exists in the exotica category. Exceptionally good at taking like 60s, or not 60s, big band standards and putting just a like weird psychedelic kind of flip on them. Worth checking out if you have not already done so or are not familiar. There is a great video online. Spike Jones did a music video to that track, which is great. It's also featured in the movie 4 Rooms. A lot of his music was in 4 Rooms. So anyways, back to garbage reseller content. After we've gone down taken that sentimental journey, perhaps another one. Yeah, it's just disappointing, sad state of affairs, I feel like. And I think maybe a part of that is just too many voices in the space. Perhaps, I mean, that could be it. I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 times more channels now than there used to be. A lot more competition, so everyone's gotten a little clickbaity and kind of just doing the stuff that they know sort of performs well without taking a lot of risks or stepping outside of formula. Catch up here. Yeah, there's just so much, and even channels that I liked at one time sort of fell into the controversy trap, sadly. All right, let's see what we got left here. I have one late arrival. Let me go grab it. meowing for me. You got no reason to meow. All right. Sold a lot of 5 Max L blank tapes for $8. And as soon as I got down there, another postcard order came through. So yeah, even like one of the newer voices, which I think could be amazing, which would be Tech and Sports. Like the guy's got so much experience and so much knowledge. It's just like his videos were just like Bolo videos and trips to Disneyland. Couple of interviews that I didn't really find super insightful. I've sort of heard as much from Back from Burnout as I need to at this point. Like I get the story, I get the challenges, but I don't need to hear about the same challenges across 20 videos. Kind of like, all right, I get it. Move on. And I mean, I don't know. Is there a new insight? Is there something out there that hasn't been said? Are there new bolos? I don't know. Dude, you need to chill. I'll be done in a minute, okay? All right. Got a few things out of the other store going out. I just did a huge reset on the other store. All right, sold this lithograph of some pigs. This came out of a children's book, I believe. The other side is horse. Pig, horse. $10. Will this fit in a record sleeve thingamajig? I think it will. Not quite, but close enough. I thought I had one already. Remember the meme in the 90s that was like, you've reached the end of the internet? Not the 90s, the 2000s, I should say. I sort of feel like it's come to that with a lot of reseller content. Sadly. I mean, that could be it. I mean, I think there could be a lot of... I mean, I don't think there's any one thing. All right. Next up, a Northern Michigan Cities brochure. Guide to Northern Michigan Cities. This sold for $12. All right, last but not least, is some slides. I'll put them up on screen here. Unfortunately, this customer ordered well, I'll show you. So they ordered 2 lots of 7 Roman Colosseum slides. The problem is, well, look at that one. But then, it's also in this lot. And this other lot only has 1 photo. The titles are slightly different. But they are, in fact, the same lot. So I'm going to have to get this one shipped and then do some customer service. I did not list these, so it is not on me. But I said I'd take care of it, so I'm going to. Hey, Buster, I'm done. Just give me a second, okay? Want to say hi to the peeps? Come here. Come say hi. Oops. Hey. What's up, Carl? You're late. We're done. Oh. Well, we've come to the end of our shipping, folks. But don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. It looks like one thing just came in. Buster says bye. I say bye. Hope you all have a fantastic day. We'll catch you all on the Flippy Pop. Peace out. Bye.